Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I want to do a review on a flash drive. Now, you might be telling me, Pat, a flash drive's a flash drive. And you're partially right. This is more of a quick overview of differences. You know, if you have some questions about flash drives and how they're different and that good stuff. So we'll talk about that briefly. This is a very good deal. I saw these online the other day, so I picked up a whole bunch of them. And I just want to talk briefly about capacity, price, a couple differences, like differences between USB 2.0 and 3.0 that you might hear, or USB-C. So let's unbox one of these. I've got a whole bunch. I mean, I bought like 10 of these things the other day. They were very, very cheap. So Kingston is not the best brand, not the worst brand, but they're definitely not the best brand when it comes to storage. They actually got in trouble not too long ago for lying on their SSDs. They said that, you know, they were made with certain components and could achieve certain read-write speeds, and that was not the case. So they had some lawsuit that was filed against them. But in terms of their flash drives, I've been using their flash drives for quite some time, and they're just fine. So the price, as it stands now in early 2016, the price of a gig of storage is about 28 to 32 cents. And that's fair. These were $8 the other day, which is incredible. Normally you can get something half this size for about $8. Now there's a lot of places that can rip you off, let me tell you. Staples, for example, if you have a Staples or an Office Max around you, their prices are ridiculous for this stuff. As my co-host shows up. What are you doing up here? So if you can shop online, do shop online. Best Buy also. Their prices are most of the time horrible. I think I've only bought flash drives once at a Best Buy because I was in a pinch, and their prices are getting better, but really only on the cheapest of brands. They have some stuff that's on the cheap end. They have some stuff that's on the very, very expensive end. But right between 28 and 30 some cents for a flash drive is good. Now, this is pretty basic. They all have, you know, obviously different methods. This has a little slide cap. I can feel that being, you know, you do this 10,000 times when you go to use it, and I can feel that getting loose. But a good flash drive, I mean, well protected. You know, it kind of rattles around a little bit, if you can hear it. No, it's hard to hear. So, I mean, it's not the best made thing, but for $8, you know, it's kind of one of those daily deals on Amazon and some of the other tech websites. Pretty darn good deal. So, difference between USB 2.0 and 3.0. Most USB 2.0 drives have a black section in the middle where the contacts actually touch on each side of the computer, and this. You can see this is blue on the inside, which normally indicates USB 3.0. Not all USB 3.0 flash drives are blue. Why not? I have no idea. Maybe to save costs or other things like that, but generally that denotes USB 3.0 unless it's, you know, somewhere clearly marked on the flash drive. Sorry about that. 10 times as fast as USB 2.0. So if you do have a computer that has a USB 3.0 port, definitely want to pick up some of these. They are almost exactly the same price. Now, this is 10 times faster read and write speed, but you have to have a USB 3.0 port on your computer. And generally, USB 3.0 ports have blue as well on their end. I've got a laptop in front of me that does not, but it has a little SS symbol next to the USB port. Lets you know it's super speed, and that's just another name for USB 3.0. So, Kingston's fine. Their DataTraveler is very, very cheap ones. I buy cheap flash drives because I go through flash drives a lot. Now, why 32 gig? Why not 16? Why not 8 or 4? 4 is not something you should be buying anymore. Unless you're carrying documents and only documents or a handful of pictures on a really like low resolution camera or something like that. I think 8 gig is the absolute minimum of what you should carry. Don't play with that. So at least 8 gigs. Now I use a little bit more because I use these for some storage, but I also use them for boot disks, creating software, doing a whole bunch of things like that. I do have a flash drive that's 512 gigs that I use for big file moving. So if I'm backing up a computer or I've got some really, really big files that I need to move, like project files or 4K video backups or other things like that. But 32 seems to be a healthy size. 16 can be sometimes too small. Let's say you're moving a couple movies, or you've got, a music collection, or you've just got a lot of data. Most, user files, data, pictures, movies, all that stuff that you can find in your PC is generally more than 16 gigs. So 32 seems to be a good size. Plus, price point, if you get a little graph together of price points and, where pricing structures fall for flash drives, 32 gig is right around the key area right now. If you start going above, you just divide price by storage, and you can get kind of the fair price per gig. So 32 is pretty good. These were $8. I picked up 10 of them. I need a whole bunch of them because I go through them quite a bit. And keep in mind, if your flash drive is giving you issues, you keep plugging it into the computer, hey, get your butt out of the way. They don't want to see your butt. You're stubborn, but I love you. If you keep plugging your flash drive in, it gives you errors like, it needs to be formatted before you can use it, or there's been an error detected. You need to scan the drive and fix potential errors. These have a lifespan. They're not invincible. You can't use them forever. They have between 100,000 and 300,000 read and write cycles. So you can only read and write data to it a finite number of times before it starts giving you issues. And issues, may persist where files get corrupt. So I wouldn't use it as a constant backup. Or, you have the issues where you plug it into the computer and it doesn't really work very well. But Kingston's a good brand. PNY is another cheaper brand that I've had a lot of success with. They actually make my 512 gig flash drive that I carry on me all the time that has all the software I could ever need. But these are good deal. So if you're watching this, within a couple of months of this deal, you should be able to get these for very, very cheap, and they're only going to be getting cheaper. If we get enough attention on this video, people like it, it's not silly, I'm going to upload it anyway. I know it's kind of far-fetched. But if you did like the video, let me know. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. Questions and comments, leave in the section below. I will be around to answer some of them to the best of my needs. If you have questions about issues that you might be having, or if you're looking for other storage solutions or other things than that, let me know. Stay subscribed, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.